Dan, what have the players needed this week?
They needed some encouragement. Firstly, I think to keep doing the basics well, and certainly better than we did on Saturday. We gave them a bit of a top up on Tuesday from some of the things that we didn't think that we achieved on Saturday in the game, and they've responded well to it. I think they've accepted that we were below par away from home, and we got an opportunity to put it right again on Saturday.
And that determination, I guess that's part of the art of being a footballer, isn't it? To be able to learn quickly, to move on and respond.
And also grind out games. Like, we're getting to the back end of the season after pretty much a heavy schedule with the additional National League Cup games and stuff like that too. So, some clubs didn't get involved in it. We were. It's added a top up with not a huge squad. And I think coming off the back of such a strong run up to that point, 19 games, I think it's like the lads just need to rediscover what they were doing well enough to get us to that point and go again. It's not unusual for teams to have a bit of a, whatever you'd want to call it, a dip or a blip, but we're still where we'd really expect to be. I think top of the league would have been amazingly nice and all the rest of it, but actually at the start of the season, if you told us that we're going to be competing for second place, third place, I don't think we would have been too disappointed with it.
So what's actually missing at the moment? Is it just a little bit of mojo?
I think if you think back to a couple of years ago when we won League Two, we literally stumbled across the line, and I think we ended up winning on goal difference away in Mansfield, and it can just happen at this time of the year, and there's loads of different reasons, but what our job is here is to make sure that we continue what we were doing early on in the season, and then adapt to whatever problems come our way on a Saturday.
Yeah, belief obviously huge in sticking to your principles, and what served you well?
I think so. It's not like that we're chopping and changing every week and we can't get to what we want to get to. Opposition come against us and their job is to not let us win, and we just have to show a bit more patience or resilience at the right times in the game, and then that clinical cutting edge to bury teams.
Have we got to the stage of the season where results are harder to get?
I think results are always hard to get. I don't know whether it's the stage of the season or otherwise, but everybody's fighting for something different, whether it's you're looking at what clubs are fighting for or what individual players are fighting for. It could be a new contract or whatever it is that they're looking for, but we're just looking for 3 points, and it doesn't matter who we play against now at this stage of the season. It's just making sure that we get on a run and stay on a good vein of form for as long as we can.
It doesn't matter who you're playing then, as you say, but it is Solihull this weekend. What do you make of them?
I'm not being disrespectful when I say it is just another game, and we have to come up with the solutions to be able to beat them, and we know what we're going to face to a certain extent, but actually a lot of it is more about us. When we do what we're supposed to do and we do it well enough and the players are all in, then we shouldn't really have too many problems, but we've got to make sure that we stand up to whatever comes our way from Solihull.
When, as you said, last week's performance hasn't been what you'd have hoped for, how difficult is selection off the back of that for the gaffer and his coaching staff?
I think the players are well aware of where we were short. We were short of some yards and some metres, I think, in the first half on Saturday. That was pointed out, cleared, made up on the Tuesday, and we won't call it a reset, but actually we nailed down on a few things that were unacceptable and things that we must improve on in order to keep going.
So everyone being monitored all the time, as we'd expect.
Standard football stuff, isn't it?
How's Liam Sercombe?
Liam's okay. He's had a bit of a tweak, so we just probably have to settle him down for a few days. We'll see how he is tomorrow. Hopefully he'll be okay and available for selection, but we'll see how that goes. The medical staff are working hard with him at the moment.
There was talk of him having to go for another scan. Has that happened?
I'm not sure. Maybe. No, look, we know where we're at with Liam. If it's a flare up of an old one, well, then we know how to settle it down, and Liam knows what he has to do as a professional to make sure that he's ready for Saturday. And if he doesn't make Saturday, well, then it's just making sure that we don't get a reoccurrence.
Everyone else okay?
It's a good form, I think. Good spirit, good attitude around the place today. The boys have worked hard again today. I know it's a cliche and all the rest, but part of it is working hard, and a lot of it for us is actually working smart than hard.
And it's an opportunity, isn't it? 3 points and suddenly the world will look a lot rosier again.
Yeah, look, we're excited to be back at home again, and again it sounds like I'm harping on about just another 3 points or just another game. but that's what it's got to be. We've got to pick up our home form as we do. Play well. Hopefully the crowd can get behind and give the lads some encouragement. Because it's not always perfect. It's a difficult league and everybody wants to win, and we just got to make sure that we can win first and foremost, but then also try and put on a bit of a show too.
And if you can get the first goal, how much would that help?
It's always the way. You can win the game by scoring one, but if you lose the first goal, then you know what it's taken. I think it's like something like 2.4 goals to win a game, or something was what it used to be. So that's where we're at. Keep the back door closed, score first, and then go on and win games.